According to e-consultancy, slow loading websites cost retailers 2.6 billion in lost sales each year. And according to Google, 53% of visits are abandoned if a mobile site takes longer than 3 seconds to load. In this video, I'll show you how I boosted my WordPress website speed so it loads under 1 second and it's done completely for free. So you can get results like this with your website. So let's get started. There are two tools that I use to check my website speed before and after the improvements. I use Pingdom tools and I use the Google Page Speed Insights. So Pingdom tools is at tools.pingdom.com. You can enter your URL and where you want to test it from. So for my example, I have my website shypreneur.com. I'll test it from Sydney so that it gets the most delayed response. These are the results at Pingdom. It took 2.45 seconds to completely load. You can find in Google Page Speed Insights at pagespeed.web.dev. Let's test it out. So my website by default gets a score of 70 on Page Speed Insights. This is a very basic website. I just set up a default website with WordPress. It has just a few pages, not much plugins or not much pages on it. The first thing you should have is a fast loading hosting for WordPress. It doesn't make sense if you have a very slow WordPress hosting and then you try all the tips and tricks for making it fast. It won't work. This is the bare minimum. You need to have a good hosting service. My recommendation is to use Cloudways for your WordPress hosting. It is inexpensive and super fast because of their Cloudways servers. I made a video showcasing the best WordPress hosting services you can use. You will find a link in the description for this video. A fast WordPress website theme can give a boost to your WordPress website. I know you might already have a website, and in that case, you don't need to make any changes. You can just go ahead with the video because there are other tips that can help speed up your website. But if you're starting a WordPress website, I would suggest to use a good WordPress theme that is fast and lightweight. It will give a good boost to your website speed. My recommendation is to use Kadence. It's super fast and lightweight. There are some other options I had also mentioned in some other videos like Astra, Ocean WP, GeneratePress, Blocksy. These are some themes you can use that are very good for your WordPress website speed. You'll find a link to the video in the description. Let's see how we can install the Kadence theme, which is free. You go to your WordPress dashboard, go to Appearance Themes, Add New Theme. Search for Kadence. This is the Kadence theme. You can install and activate it. I've already done it, so it's showing as activated. You can do a lot of good customizations with the Kadence theme. There is a video I've already done on this, so you can check it in the description. I would also suggest you avoid using any page builders. Now, I know many people like page builders like Elementor or Viewer Builder. I don't like them because they tend to slow the website down, and then you get tied to some page builder. It's better to use something like a Gutenberg blocks. So it comes with WordPress and it gives you a lot of functionality that is fast and it won't slow your website down. I use Kadence blocks. I find it's good, it's free, and I have a lot of blocks I can use for my website. To install Kadence blocks in your WordPress dashboard, go to plugins, add new plugin, search for Kadence blocks. This is the one you want, Gutenberg blocks by Kadence blocks. Install it and activate it. My next advice to get a fast WordPress website is to use as least as possible plugins. You don't want to install 50, 100 plugins on your website because it will slow down your WordPress website a lot. If you're starting with a WordPress website, so be very careful with what plugins you install. Make sure they won't slow down your website. If you already have a website and lots of plugins, I would suggest to make an audit so you know which plugins you don't need. If you're not using it for a long time, you can remove those plugins, deactivate them and delete them. Or you can audit whether some plugins are affecting your website speed, so you can remove them. I also don't use featured image and it helps boost my website speed a lot. So featured images load and they take time for your website. They don't provide that much benefit, I think. So it's best to remove them. Now you can still have the featured image so that it shows on your blog roll, but just don't display them on your post pages. So many WordPress themes have an option to disable showing the featured image. I can show you how it's done in Kadence. Go to Appearance, Customize, Post Pages Layout, Single Post Layout. In general, if you scroll down, you see this option show featured image. If you disable this, the featured image won't be shown on your post. You still need to upload the featured image in the post so that it displays on your blog roll, but you don't need to show it. If you still want to show an image on your post, what I would suggest is you add that image inside the post and put it below the fold, so that when the page loads, it won't slow your website, and then the user can scroll and then he will see the post. So I'll show you an example from one of the posts on my website. So this is the post on my website. It still has a featured image that will remove, and you can see inside the post there is the image a few sentences below. So instead of using the featured image, you can use the image inside the post. It will speed up your WordPress website. So suppose I don't want this featured image now for my website. What I'll do is go to customize, post pages layout, single post layout, and disable the show featured image, publish. So the featured image has got disabled. This will load my website faster because there's one less image to load. The image still is there for your readers. You can put it inside the post like I mentioned. So it's below. So this saves you some time and boosts your website speed. Now we'll install a WordPress caching plugin. So this is a plugin that will cache your pages and give a boost to your website. There are many available caching plugins, paid, free. I recommend using the Breeze caching plugin. It's simple to use, setup, and it's completely free. To install the Breeze plugin, go to plugins, add new plugin, search for Breeze, install the Breeze WordPress cache plugin, activate it. Let's change some settings of this plugin. Go to Breeze settings. In the basic options, you have the cache system, which is enabled. gzip compression should be enabled. It will compress your web pages, making them fast. Browser cache should be enabled. We want to lazy load images. This will again speed up your website because it will only load the images when the reader actually comes to view those images. It won't load everything at the start of the website. Speeds up your website. Iframe lazy load. So if you have any YouTube videos or videos, the iframe, those will also speed up as they will lazy load. To enable that, that's the only settings I use, and then you save changes for the general. Let's look at the file optimization settings. Enable HTML minify. It will reduce the HTML code text or shrink it so it speeds up your website. Do the same for CSS. CSS minify, enable it. JS settings, say JavaScript settings, JS minify, enable it. Delay JS inline script, save changes. Let's check the preload settings. So it's preloading the links, it's enabled. That's all you need. Let's check the advanced options. So we can host some file locally because getting some file like Google Font, Google Analytics stuff can delay your website because it comes from a third-party website. So we can get the Google Fonts locally, even Google Analytics locally, which is a good thing. Facebook Pixel, Gravatar, I enable everything over here. Hit save changes. So that's all the settings you'll need in the Breeze plugin. It will give a good boost to your website speed for free. We like to have lots of images on our website. It gives a pleasing look to our website. It can be useful to the reader as well. The problem is these images can be large when you shoot it with a camera. So if you directly upload it, it will slow down your website a lot. In fact, this is one of the biggest reasons that many websites are slow, that people do not know that their images are very large and they just upload it and it messes up their website. So we can use an image optimization plugin. It will resize the images, optimize the images. So that will give a boost to your website speed. I recommend using the Short Pixel plugin. Now you get 100 free credits with the free option. If you need more, you will have to pay, but 100 credits are sufficient to start your website. It takes 1 credit for each image that it will optimize. To install Short Pixel, let's go to plugins, add new plugin, search for Short Pixel, install the Short Pixel image optimizer. You need to create a free account with Short Pixel to get your API key. You can use the request an API key option. Just enter your email address, request key. It will be sent to you by email after you create an account. I already have an account with Short Pixel, so I have my API key which I entered, and after entering the API key, hit validate. Once API key is validated, you can make changes to the Short Pixel settings. So let's take a look at that. In the general settings, use compression type lossy. This will give you the best results. Enable thumbnail compression. But do note that each image it will optimize will take 1 credit. So thumbnail counts as a separate image. Enable backup. Remove EXIF. I also like to use this resize large image option. So when I upload an image, it can be large, but it will then resize the image so it reduces the size automatically. Enable this. 1200 by 1200 is good enough. It's good for the website as well as gives a chance for your pages to rank in Google Discover, as the default is 1200 by 1200 pixel you need. It save changes. In the advanced settings, you can see this option to create WebP version. This is a good option, but you are limited to 100 credits, so don't use it on the free version, otherwise it will take double credits again. Enable optimize media on upload. So automatically when you upload your images, it will resize and optimize the images. You don't need to do it manually. Enable optimize PDFs, enable optimize retina images. Click save changes. In the Cloudflare API options, you have the option to connect your short pixel with Cloudflare CDN. We'll look at Cloudflare CDN later on, so you don't need to worry about this. This is an advanced option so that your images which are optimized are served from Cloudflare. Once you're done with the short pixel settings, we need to optimize the existing images that will be on your WordPress website. Go to Media, Bulk Short Pixel, start optimizing. It will show you how many images are there in your library. Now remember that you have 100 credits with the free version. So if there are more images than that, this will only work for 100 images and you need to pay for more. So this is a good option when you're starting a WordPress website. You get 100 credits every month. So every image that you upload uses 1 credit for optimization. Click calculate. So here it shows you how many images are there and how many credits it will need. You can buy credits if required from here. In the start bulk optimization, this will start optimizing your existing images on the website and it will take some time. The last thing you need is a CDN or content delivery network. So basically these are servers across the globe from which your pages will be served once you set them up correctly. So your web hosting server could be in the United States, but your CDN servers across the globe could be in Australia, UK, India. So suppose someone from Australia is accessing your pages. So the pages won't be served from your server in the US, rather it will be served from the server that is in Australia, which gives a boost to your WordPress website speed. I recommend using the free Cloudflare CDN. It's free and it works great. To set up Cloudflare, go to cloudflare.com. You will need to sign up if you don't have an account. I already have an account, so I'll log into that. So once you're logged into Cloudflare, add a site, enter the domain name of your website, choose the free option of the Cloudflare settings. So it will scan the website and it will pick the DNS settings that it can find by default. You can review all the DNS records that it picked up by default from your website. Make sure those are correct. Hit continue. Now you will have to update your name server with your domain name provider. This will be depending on which service you use. In my case, I use Namecheap for my domain. So I'll show you how to change the name servers in that. So in Namecheap, on that particular domain, I go to name servers. I select custom DNS. Here there are 2 name servers I need to enter. In Cloudflare, I get these 2. Copy those, paste it in this name server, save them. This will take some time to propagate. Sometimes it takes a few minutes, sometimes maybe hours even. You need to check the name servers if they are propagated correctly. Click continue. Follow this quick start guide in Cloudflare. Enable automatic HTTPS rewrites. It's saved. Enable always use HTTPS. It's saved. Enable broadly compression. This will give further boost to your website speed because it will compress the pages even further. Click save. Hit finish. That's all you need to give a boost to your WordPress website speed. Let's do a test of our website after changing all these settings. So again, tools.pingdom.com, enter your website URL. I choose Sydney for the testing purpose. It start test. The website now loaded in 624 milliseconds, which is less than a second. Let's check the results with page speed insights. Head over to pagespeed.web.dev, enter the URL. Click analyze. Now the performance score shows us 97. So originally the website loaded in 2.45 seconds and it had a page speed score of 70. After our changes, the website loads in 600 milliseconds and it has a page speed score of 97. I'm sure your website will load in less than 1 second if you follow all the steps that I mentioned. And this is completely for free. You'll find links to all the tools and plugins in the description below. Post a comment if you have any questions on this and hit the like button and subscribe if you found this video useful. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next video.